Life isn't fair. Some people get rich because they were in the right place at the right time. Some people make a lot of money because they bought the right thing once and then tell that story forever. And yes, there are people out there who did nothing special, except get lucky early. Meanwhile, most people do what they're supposed to do. They work, they save a bit of money, they try to be responsible. And still, it feels like nothing is happening. That's usually the most frustrating part. Not failing, but feeling stuck. Because it feels like everyone else is moving forward, while you're standing still. But here's something I didn't really understand at first. And most people never get told this. Building wealth is slow at the beginning on purpose. Not because you're bad with money. Not because you're lazy. Not because investing doesn't work. It's slow because the math is against you at first. And once you see that, a lot of things start to make sense. Let's simplify this. When you're starting from zero, you are the system. There's no momentum. There's no engine running in the background. There's no money quietly doing work for you. Every single dollar comes from you. Your job, your discipline, your ability to not spend money on things you don't actually need. So in the beginning, wealth building feels like manual labor. Effort goes in. Very little seems to come out. And that feels terrible. Let's put some numbers on it because numbers make this clearer. Say you manage to save $5,000. First of all, that's not nothing. That already puts you ahead of a lot of people. So you invest it. You do everything right. And let's say you earn a solid 10% return in a year. That's $500, which is fine. But also, let's be honest, not life-changing. That $500 doesn't change how you live. It doesn't buy freedom. It doesn't reduce stress. It doesn't give you options. So your brain does what brains are very good at doing. It looks at the result and quietly asks, why am I even doing this? And that exact moment is where most people quit. Not because they failed, but because the reward didn't feel worth the effort. But here's what changes later. The problem isn't investing. The problem isn't discipline. The problem is scale. That same boring 10% return feels useless at $5,000. But at $100,000, that's $10,000 a year. Now the numbers start to feel real. Now the effort starts stacking. Now it feels like something is actually happening. Nothing magical changed. You didn't unlock a secret strategy. You didn't suddenly get smarter. The base number just got bigger. That's it. This is why people say things like, money makes money. Not because rich people are geniuses, and not because they have secret knowledge, but because multiplication finally has something to work with. Early on, the math whispers. Later, it speaks louder. There's also a psychological shift that happens here. And this part matters a lot. When progress is tiny, discipline feels forced. You're constantly fighting yourself. You're constantly questioning if it's worth it. You're constantly tempted to stop. But when progress becomes visible, discipline feels logical. You stop saving out of fear. You stop investing out of guilt. You save and invest because you've seen proof that the system works. You stop checking your account every 5 minutes. You stop panicking over small ups and downs. You start thinking in years instead of weeks. And that mindset shift is one of the biggest advantages people underestimate. So if this is all so simple, why doesn't everyone do it? Because the early phase is uncomfortable. We live in a world built around instant rewards. You can order food in 5 minutes. Buy things with money you don't have. Get entertainment instantly. Wealth building is the opposite. You do the right thing today, and nobody notices. No applause and no excitement. No immediate feedback. So people slowly leak money without realizing it. Subscriptions they forgot about. Convenience spending. Small lifestyle upgrades that feel deserved. Each one seems harmless. Together, they kill momentum. And by the time people notice, years are gone. Now here's the part nobody likes hearing. There is no secret strategy for the first $100,000. The fastest path looks boring. Make more than you spend. Invest the difference. Do it consistently. Longer than feels reasonable. That's it. No hype, no shortcuts, no flexing. The math works shockingly well. The hard part isn't understanding it. The hard part is behaving like it actually matters. But once you cross that first major milestone, something changes. You gain options. You can take longer-term bets. You can say no to bad opportunities. You can act quickly when good ones show up. Opportunities didn't suddenly appear. You're just finally in a position to use them. That's why wealthy people talk about opportunity cost differently. For someone broke, opportunity cost is choosing between rent and groceries. For someone with capital, opportunity cost is choosing between safe returns and higher upside. Same idea, different universe. And here's the part most people completely miss. The second $100,000 doesn't come faster only because of compound interest. It comes faster because you changed. Your habits are better, your emotions are calmer, your decisions are less random. You're not guessing anymore. You've seen the process work. That's the real advantage. So if your progress feels slow right now, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're exactly where everyone starts. Every financially free person went through this phase, long before anything looked impressive. The math works. The system works. The only real question is whether you're willing to stay consistent long enough for momentum to kick in. Because once it does, the same effort produces very different results. And that's when the game changes. This is Mahdi Explains. We break things down, one idea at a time.